Yo, what's up y'all? So welcome back to a new video. So today I'm going to be doing another video request on how to defeat each and every boss. Now before we get into this video, I would like to say I'm not going to be defeating the boss Yoriichi in raids. That's one boss I'm not going to defeat, but every other boss I will show you guys how to conquer and defeat, know their move sets, all types of stuff. And also I'm sorry for the late post. So with that being said, and without further ado, let's get into this video. Wait, before we fully get into the video, I would like to give a shout out to everybody who commented on my last videos. I appreciate you guys for giving me ideas on how to post, on what to post, not on how to post, but on what to post. I appreciate you all so much, and now let's get into the video. So when I say I'm going to be showing you guys how to defeat every single boss, I'm going to be showing you guys how to defeat mini bosses too. With that first being said, the first boss that I'm going to show you all how to defeat is the Axe Demon. So welcome into the Axe Demon cave. You're gonna have demons here that spawn as well as the Axe Demon, but the Axe Demon kit is very easy to deal with. You can do this without any breathing and without any points at all into your combat. None of that. So basically what you want to do is you want to just interpret his hits. Like you see, as he's about to swing, I just start hitting him. Now I'm going to give another demonstration without any breathing because that wasn't fair, so I'm gonna catch up once he spawns back in. So like I was saying, what you want to do is you want to basically just stop him from hitting you. So as you see, I stopped him from hitting me, use the breathing technique. I'm going to back up. I'm going to stop him from hitting me by hitting him, back up. You can just keep doing this right here. You don't even have to have the lunge ability. You can just do it without the lunge ability at all. But you want to make sure that you do get lunge for the rest of these bosses because they could be potentially hard. But that's the Axe Demon. Next up, we're going to be doing Zenitsu. Now, Zenitsu isn't hard. You just need to watch out for that thunderclap and flash. And also this swarm. After you watch out for those two, that is the only two moves in Zenitsu's kit that you have to worry about. Is that swarm and that thunderclap and flash. Otherwise than that, you have free reign to do a whole combo. So with that being said, let's go ahead and kill Zenitsu and finish Zenitsu. So yep, like I said, the thunderclap and flash, and then the swarm. That's the only real thing that you have to worry about with Zenitsu. Now that Zenitsu is done and we're over with him, let's go on and move on to more of harder or more harder bosses that people need to know how to defeat. First, starting off with the blue demon. Now, people don't like to fight this demon for one reason, and I can understand that. It's because he has hyper armor. Now, let me show you guys how to interpret that real quick. So there's certain breathings in the game that can interpret his hyper armor and actually make him not be able to swing through your breathing moves. Ones that I know for sure will be moon breathing, flame breathing, and sun breathing. Also beast breathing, but all the other ones you'll just have to find out. Otherwise than that, you want to just kind of use a move straight off rip and then actually start fighting him. You also can block his punches, so you don't have to sit there and take his punches. You can block his punches. So yeah, that's another thing to note. You can block the blue demon's punches. Once you do block his punches, then you can try to shoulder bash him and get a free combo. If you do it really quickly, then that will help you a lot. Especially if you don't have a breathing that interpret his hyper armor. So let's move on. Alright, so the next person that we have to defeat is the green demon. So the green demon kit is not hard either. Once he rushes in, you block that move and then you dash out of the way. So you want to block his rush move and then dash out of the way of his slam move. Now you may be in mid combo and he might slam, like right here. I was trying to combo on him again and he did that. So you're not going to really be able to do much against that unless you actually have fast reaction time. Otherwise than that, then the only real reason that you have to worry about the green demon is by his moveset, which is the rush that you need to block and the slam down, which you need to dash out of. Now that we're done with the blue demon and the green demon, let's move on to some harder bosses. Next up, I'm going to teach you guys how to defeat the crystal demon. So you want to enter this key into the crystal cave. Now if you don't know where the crystal demon is, he's in Okoya. And this is also the way that you get your Slayer Nichirin, like your Hashira Nichirin. Once you come in the cave, you want to immediately block because he's going to use his 2 long-range moves. Now, he has a long-range crystal move and he has a mid-range crystal move. He also has a close-range crystal move, which you see at the end right here. After he uses those 3 abilities, then you start doing your movements, like your attacks and all types of stuff. So what you want to essentially do is try to get him against a wall and then just use wall combos against him. Like, honestly, that's like the best way to kill him, no matter what breathing you're using. That's like the easiest way to kill him. And then also just make sure you block everything, because as you see, I'm getting ragdolled in this clip because of the fact that I'm not, really paying attention to the way that he's actually doing things. So as you see, I just got ragdolled because I thought he was going to come out of his crystal. You just want to make sure that you block those stuff and make sure that you watch out for all that. And then once you're done doing all that, then just try to put him in a wall combo or something like that. Once you put him in a wall combo, everything will be easier from then on, because then as you keep putting him in a wall combo, you keep comboing him like that, he's not really going to have much to do, and just make it real easy for you to kill him. Now, if you don't want to put him in the wall combo, that's also okay too. Just make sure you stay up on him and use your abilities to cancel out his abilities. So like, try to hit him whenever he's using his abilities, and just try to like cancel him out completely to make sure that he really can't do nothing, because he's not like the rest of the bosses in this clip that I'm going to show you guys. So Crystal Demon is a pretty hard boss, but not hard enough to really worry about. So with that being said, I'm going to keep putting them in a wall combo so you guys can see this, and then we're going to move on to some really hard bosses. So with that being said, that is the Crystal Demon. So now it's time to move on to the world bosses, and then we're going to move on to mission bosses. So we're going to first start off with Gyutaro, and then we're going to talk about Kaigaku. So let's go do that. So with Gyutaro, his kit is a little different than all the other bosses that I showed you. You have 3 moves that you have to watch out for Gyutaro. You have his close range ability that is not really shown in this update, because this update made his abilities look weird. So you have the one that he's using right now. That is his close range ability. You can block that, and he'll probably use that almost each and every time you're done with a combo. As soon as you're done with that ability, then you can start your combo and start doing other things. Now, if he uses his sickles, you need to move out of the way. Those things right there, those sickles, they're really dangerous to get close to. And then lastly that you need to worry about is his rotations. Now, his rotation is like a large circle type of thing that's pointing towards you. If you get hit by that, chances most likely that your health is going to be gone by the time he's done with that. So you want to make sure that you watch out for all those moves. The rotations are blockable, along with the close range ability. Those 2 are blockable. Now the sickles are not blockable. Cannot block those. So make sure that you keep your eyes out for those and keep moving accordingly. Make sure that you bait out his close range move by blocking, and then after that he'll throw out that move, and then you'll be able to start your combos for your breathing, doing as much damage as possible, and then killing him. So you're gonna see that a lot in this video and the rest of this clip. So let's go ahead and get through with this clip. I'm gonna let y'all watch me solo him. So if you pay close attention, you see that every time I go up to him, I'm kind of like blocking in a way, so I can make sure that I bait out that move. That's what you want to do. Every time you go to Gyutaro, just block so you can bait out that move. Otherwise than that, then let's keep going with this clip so you guys can see the rest of it. I forgot to mention one thing. So the thing with Crystal Demon, well, the thing with most of these demons is that you're gonna need the lunge ability from the Kendo tree. So make sure you get that before you actually start doing these combos and stuff like that. Otherwise, then these bosses will just straight up perfect block you and put them in your own combo. So just be careful out for that. Now that we're done with Gyutaro, let's go ahead and move on to Kaigaku. After Kaigaku, then we're going to get into story mission boss. So let's go do that. Alright, so moving on with Kaigaku, there's a little bit more to his kit, and you have to be fast on your toes with Kaigaku. So you have 2 long-range abilities that you need to worry about with Kaigaku. You have his 1-frame thunderclap and flash, so if he's looking at you, you want to constantly dash to the left or the right. And then you also have his 6-folds, which if he stays in the thunderclap and flash position for more than 1 second, then you want to start blocking, especially if he's close to you, because then he's gonna do the thunderclap and flash 6-folds. Now the thunderclap and flash 6-folds does over 100 damage, so if you get caught in that, most likely you're going to die, because there's 2 close range moves that you have to worry about as well. So you have his swarm ability, and you also have his grab ability, which you just seen just there. He tried to grab me, missed his grab, and then he tried to swarm. And then he used his thunderclap 6-folds. Now, if you're going to be a long-range person and use long-range moves such as wind breathing, moon breathing, and stuff like that, then you want to make sure you watch out for that 1-frame thunderclap and flash, and then his 6-folds. Now, if you need to be a close-range type of person, you want to make sure you dash by him. So he uses his swarm ability and his grab ability. You just want to make sure you keep dashing by him. Don't go directly towards him, because if he does, if you do, he's going to hit you. So basically you want to keep dashing by him, dashing close to him to make him use those moves, and then start your M1 combo. Once he uses his grab and his swarm move, then you have free reign to go ahead and start your combo. So with that being said, I can't interpret that in this video because there's a bunch of people here. So I was just kind of like fighting Kaigaku for some XP at that time. So with that being said, that's the kit for Kaigaku. Hopefully it helps you out for when you need to solo Kaigaku. But now let's move on to story mission boss. So that's all the bosses in the world that you need to worry about, like the normal game world. Now let's go ahead and move on to story bosses, going on with the demons first. So I'll see y'all once I get in my demon. So as a demon, it's a little bit diverse and it's a little bit different. So depending on what BDA you have, it's gonna make this fight easier. So I'm using a Akaza's BDA, so this is probably like one of the easiest ways to defeat him, because I have a range move and I have a close range move. So what you want to essentially do is you want to make sure you bait out his water wheel, or like that move right there. You want to make sure you bait out that. Once you do that, then you have free reign to go ahead and attack Ukurodaki and do whatever you want. Sometimes it's a 50-50 chance for if you go up to him and actually try to hit him, there's like a 50-50 chance that he'll perfect block it, and also if he like wouldn't, and he'll take the hits. If you get the other side of where you get the hits, then perfect, you could get a whole combo in and do whatever you need to do. And if not, then yeah, you're gonna get like comboed probably. So you want to make sure you bait out that water wheel first, and then after that you can like kind of like do whatever you want. The side hitting doesn't work for him. He only perfect blocks, so like I said, it's like an iffy type of thing. But try to hit your combos, make sure you watch out for the water wheel, and he will occasionally use waterfall, which if he does use waterfall, then you're going to be in trouble, because that move does a bunch of damage and it's a very far hitbox. So make sure you watch out for both of those, alright? With that being said, I'm going to defeat Ukurodaki. Just try to watch the way that I move and the way that I do things, and then try to pick up on it. So the next boss is Grim, known as the Wind Hashira. So with this boss, it's also not hard to counter him or to fight him either. What you need to watch out for is his tornado move and his tunnel type of move. So with the tornado move, as you see, I just blocked it. You want to bait out his hyper armor ability and then go in with Bale Crusher if you're using Soryu style. If not, then try to use like a combo starter or something like that. But you want to bait out his tunnel move. You want to basically bait out all his moves to get free reign to do whatever. That hyper armor move is going to go through no matter what. So you want to make sure that you actually get that out of the way. Once you get that hyper armor move out of the way, then you have, like I said, you have free reign to do whatever you want. Make sure you watch out for the tornado. Whenever you see that jump, just block it. It's not that hard to catch up on it. And then the tunnel move is not blockable. That tunnel move is not blockable. So if you see him like twisting his body, then try to dodge out of the way or try to interpret his tunnel move by hitting him with a long range move or something like that. Otherwise than that, then we good. So with that being said, just watch me defeat Grim Reaper and try to pick up on what I'm doing, and hopefully you get the drift. As you see right there, that is his tunnel move. You want to make sure you watch out for that as well. That is the non-blockable ability that I was just talking about. If you take that, it's probably going to hurt a little bit, especially if you take it like all the times that you use it. So just be careful of that move. Like I said, it's not blockable, so just dash out of the way and try to get up out of there. Without further ado, let's go ahead and defeat the Wind Hashira and move on to Slayers. Alright, so now that we're done with the main two bosses for demons, let's go ahead and move on to Slayers. Hopefully that helps you out, as you all demons. Hopefully that helps you out. If not, I'll go into another explanatory in another video. Alright, so as a Slayer, the first mission that you're going to get once you go back to Hayakawa and talk to the soup lady, she's going to give you the Acororo mission. So you see, you'll be first spawning in this cave. Then you need to kill 4 demons. So let's go ahead and kill these demons real quick. After you're done killing the demons, then you want to head down the little cave right here. As you see, if you don't have feather fall, then you're gonna want to be careful while walking down here. Just take the path that I'm walking. You want to keep using these mountains. Don't just fly straight down, but use those little pillars right there. So I'm doing this with a friend of mine, so I'm gonna wait for them to get down here so I could actually start the boss. But give me a moment and I'll explain how to defeat Acororo. So defeating Acororo is not hard whatsoever. What you're going to want to do is just hug his left leg, which is going to be on your right side. So just hug his left leg and use as many moves as possible and do as much damage as possible until his second phase. Once his second phase pops, then I'll show you guys what to do. But for right now, keep attacking his left leg and make sure you don't let up. If you do let up, he's gonna have a chance to hit you, and trust me, his hits hurt. I'm not sure if they buffed or nerfed his hits this update, but the last time that I checked, his hits hurt. So make sure that you actually like move out of the way of his right leg and make sure that you stay clear of it. Also, you can block his kick. So as you see, there's red flames around him. This is his second phase. You want to back up from him because he's going to explode. Once he explodes, he's going to use a pillar move if you're far enough. But as you see, my friend is really close, so I don't have to worry about that. Once I get up close to him, then he starts trying to kick me again. What you're going to want to do in this instance is you just want to keep attacking his leg until you see him twist his whole body. Once you see him twist his whole entire body, you want to get up out of there because he's doing a spin kick. Now, although the spin kick doesn't do as much, it still does a bunch of damage. So that's the kit for Acororo. Just make sure you attack his left leg. With that being said, that's how you defeat Acororo. Now let's move on to Rui. So defeating Rui is not that hard either. It's kind of pretty easy. It's a 3-step mechanic for Rui. So once you go in, you want to block because he's going to use his string move, and then dash out of the way so he doesn't use his bird cage on you. Once you get up close to him, he's going to use a claw move. So make sure that you hit him before he hits you. After that, you have free reign to go ahead and do one combo. After you do that one combo, make sure you watch his hands. If you see him getting like close with his hands, he's going to use the string move. If you see him like try to T-pose, then he's going to use the bird cage move. With the bird cage move, you want to like literally watch out of the way of it. Just dash out of the way of it. And with the grab move, you want to just block it. You can block that. So the grab move is blockable and the bird cage is not blockable. Otherwise than that, watch out for the claw. If you do get hit by the claw and he hasn't used his bird cage or his grab move, he's going to put you in a combo. So you want to be careful for those. Otherwise than that, then you have free reign to go ahead and defeat Rui. It's not that hard to go ahead and defeat him. Just make sure you watch out for the claw. And the bird cage, you want to dash out of the way. And with the grab move, then you just want to block. So make sure you just watch his hand movements. And that's how you defeat Rui. Alright, so last like playing around type of boss, mini boss, is the Shadow Demon. So the Shadow Demon's kit is not that hard either. You want to make sure you bait out his circle move that sucks you in, and also bait out the hunger thing. The hunger thing is like a trail that latches onto you, and it should be like purple. If that latches onto you, he's going to drain your stamina and your hunger. You want to make sure that you like, if he attaches that to you, you want to make sure like you get away from him immediately, like dash out of the way and go as far as possible until you see that purple line get off of you. Then after that, you have free reign to do your combo. Now, there's only 2 moves that I say is a problem when you're going up against Lord Moon 2, which is his suck in move and his draining food move. With the suck in move, you can interpret that and then stop him from using that by using an ability. But if you're not quick enough and swift on your feet, then just dash out of the way completely. He'll just put his hands up in the air. Once you see him put his arm up in the air, then you want to dash out of the way. You'll see a purple beam on it too, and then it has a couple of seconds before it starts. But that's how you defeat the Shadow Demon. So, and also watch out for his close range move. You can also block that as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the Infinity Castle. Yo, alright, so the last boss that you guys have to worry about is the Infinity Castle bosses. Now, I am very sorry for what happens in this clip. I'm running on a time scale right now, so I can't really, do the rest of the bosses. But as you see at the end, I ended up dying due to the lag. If I had never lagged, then I would have been able to kill Akaza, but due to the lag, I had ended up dying to Akaza. But it still show you how to defeat Akaza pretty easily, so just try not to lag and you'll be good. Like, if you have a good internet, man, then you don't have to worry about lagging and dying to Akaza. So what you want to do at the first half of fighting Akaza is basically just helping out Gyutaro Miyoko. Whenever Gyutaro Miyoko drops, no other time. Only time when he drops, then you start swinging at Akaza. You go in for a lunge, and then you combo him up like a little bit. You don't want to use any knockout moves, or you don't want to use any moves that'll hurt Gyu. You just want to hurt Akaza and Akaza only. Once you knock Akaza away, or once Gyu comes back, you just back up completely and let Gyu handle the rest of the situation until he actually dies. You want to keep doing this. Yep, you want to keep doing this until Gyu Tomioka dies. So just keep interfering with their battle. Whenever Gyu Tomioka gets knocked away or gets knocked out, whenever he gets back up, then you interfere with the fight again, doing damage to Akaza until Gyu Tomioka gets back up, hopefully doing about half of his health before they actually get back up. Hopefully you do have Akaza's health before, you know, Gyu ends up dying, so you don't have that much to deal with. But let's go ahead and get past this phase, and now I'll tell you what to do after Gyu Tomioka dies. After Gyu Tomioka dies and it's just you and Akaza in the Infinity Castle, what you want to do is essentially try to keep him in a wall combo. That'll help out a lot. Make sure you block his kicks. Make sure you do that for sure. So you want to kind of just basically use a shoulder bash method unless you're real comfortable with knowing Akaza's moveset. As you see, once he got back up, he started using the kicks, and then I used the shoulder bash in order to stop him from heavying me. So this is what you kind of want to do. You want to just like bait out his heavy and then try to hit him with a shoulder bash and do the shoulder bash method. Now, make sure you watch out for those kicks. Those kicks are really dangerous because if he gets you with those kicks, most definitely he's going to get you with a full combo. So make sure that you block his kicks. It should take like 3 shoulder bashes in order for him to start up his kicks again. Like if you're just going to do M1 combos, make sure you do like 4 normal M1s and then do like the shoulder bash. Like you want to back up and then do the shoulder bash after 4 M1s, because if you do anything else, then it's going to be very bad for you. Like, because you need to remember when he's going to use the kick. So try to M1 combo him like 4 times. Not 4 times. Go for, after he's done with the kicks, then you want to shoulder bash once, hit him with 4 M1s, back up, do it again. You'll see him do his little animation, back up and do it again, and then the 3rd time that you do it should start up something else. So make sure that you stay out and stay alert for that. Otherwise than that, this is what you really want to do. You just want to use the shoulder bash method against Akaza, and then you'll be alright. You'll end up winning against him. So the reason I lost, as you'll see in a little bit, is I lost due to lag. So yeah, you're gonna see that in a bit. Now I'll give a brief explanation on how to defeat Kokushibo in Doma. So with Doma, you kind of just want to get him in a wall combo. You want to interrupt every single one of his moves. Make sure he doesn't use any of his moves, because if he do, then that's just kind of gonna be it for you, because all of his moves are block breaks. You can't block any of them, and it's just terrible if he gets you in one of those moves. So you want to make sure that you block, you want to make sure that you interrupt each and every one of his moves, because if you don't, then yeah, you're gonna end up dying. So with Kokushibo, you can block his mirror misfortune, and you can also block his other long range move, but make sure that you stay on top of him. Like, not on top of him, but make sure that you like watch out for his long range moves and his close range moves, because those will really put you in a bad like situation. So with Kokushibo, watch out for his mirror misfortune and watch out for his other long range move. And then if you're doing close range, you want to bait out his multi-hit move, like his multi-slash move. After that, then you can put him in a combo. So that's the kit to defeating the upper moons in the Infinity Castle. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all be cool, stay safe. And I'm also sorry that I couldn't give you a demonstration on Doma and Kokushibo. With that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. I appreciate everybody that's been commenting on wanting videos. Trust me, I'm going to do a lot more soon. So just keep commenting on videos that you want to see. And thank you guys so much. Bye.